I rejoice not in seeking agreement on the level of words, because we are these different, come from these different experiences and are voicing the sum total of these different experiences. This is what makes it interesting, because I still can recognize an essence to it all, and we'll choose different words because, and this is so not important, but all the disagreement is concentrated on the surface of things.
This is where a lot of this non-duality teaching just gets it wrong here. They just jump the shark at this point because there's actually no respect for the person may be dreamlike. The person is dreamlike, let's face it. But even in that dream, each person has an essence and it has to be respected, not erased. If we erase that, what are we doing here? I mean, what's it all about? What it's about is through relationship, through the alchemy of conversation and everything else, is to arrive at some sane understanding. Yeah. So,
like when you answered Martina about the outside world being a reflection or a projection of what's going on inside.
Yes.
And it's the same thing. I mean, you take people seriously, to the degree that you take yourself seriously. If you're like, you swear by your cult, your belief in the person, then you take people seriously, because they're as real as you think you are. So to the same degree, when you realize that this is empty, that this person is just, an object in space and time, and in that freedom, it is beautiful. I'm not putting it down.
Of course you aren't. And I think a lot of people get it wrong at that point, because to understand that this person is a kind of dream is not to demean that person or try to pretend the person doesn't exist at all. Of course it exists. We know each other as people, and that's part of our knowing of the tendencies, the psychology.
The person is awesome. What is not awesome is the suffering. It's from the belief that is the reality. Yes. And it's not, you cannot point it as reality. It's impermanence itself per excellence. So it's just that misunderstanding. If that is fixed, life goes on. You're just no suffering because there is no illusion. That's all. And again, just occurs to me, I agree very much with something John said about practice as taking a medicine. I would say in the same way. I'd see it as an antidote to the hypnosis. Because damage was done. Yes, to that degree, you need to do something to undo the damage. It's just getting healthy again. When you're healthy, what you're doing in the doctor's office, if you're not sick anymore, just take the medicine, heal, and go live your life, whatever that is. So don't be like a slave. What are you now? I follow doctorism.
Right.
Just get the medicine, take it, and go home. Go live your life. Heal.
You and I agree on that totally, and I know John does too. You may need to take medicine for a while, but once you regain your health, if you keep taking the medicine, it will just poison you. That's when you stop taking it. That's when you stop taking it. You don't become a preacher of it. You just stop taking it, and it's over. You may feel very grateful to that wisdom tradition for having given you that support when you needed it, but you're not there anymore. That's all it is.
It's just a remedy because of the damage that was done,
Yes.
I mean, at this point, you're sunk in that hole, like completely convinced you are the person. You have to use that very person to kind of undo that, So yeah, the person takes the medicine and is doing this and is doing that, but there's a catch this time. These things will lead him to the understanding that he is not, And once the antidote, shows its effect, then you don't need to take anymore. No, now you're healthy again. Just live your life, with the focus adjusted.
Yeah, so the actual realization is not this magical thinking at all. What it really is sanity. It's actual sanity as a human. That's how I really see it. This other thing that's projected into the spiritual realm or something, I'm not there. I think that when a human understands fully, there's a kind of sanity and equanimity that just takes over. Not that someone is trying to be equanimous or wise. It's not like that. It's just, that's what pertains. Everything has, as you said, Saddam, I like that. It's just a shift of focus, a small one. It's not even a big shift. It's a very small shift. And I know John agrees with that too. And I know I stepped out on a limb by saying, I find myself awake, a personal confession. But I think it's helpful if someone is willing to say that and then redefine it, bring it down into human terms again. Try to purify that. I think Sadamo said that some of the Theravadan terminology had become polluted earlier. I like that remark. That's exactly it.
It's actually Buddhist terminology, reincarnation. It's a mistranslation, of a concept in Pali that it means more recycling than reincarnation. Reincarnation makes you think there's a person.
So what hangs people up is reincarnation is what they desire. See, it's really crazy because the original teaching was, I want this to be my last cycle, whatever it takes. I want to realize and get off the wheel. That was the original teaching. But now everybody, they want to know their horoscope and how many times they get to reincarnate so they can still, do all these fun human things over and over and over and over and over again. So that becomes, then the thing is turned upside down. But the original intent, these wisdom traditions, people think I'm a big critic of them, but I'm not. Of course there's wisdom there, except it's been turned on its head, like Donald Trump has turned politics on its head. They make the truth into a lie and the lies into truth, and then you don't know what you're dealing with. And a lot of the teachers and a lot of the ones who are really making money at this game also, their teaching has become polluted because they've reified a state that really cannot be described, and no one should try. And the thing I like about John Troy and Sidamo, when they speak, they don't try. They don't go there. They know that that's not where we go. We have to go to fellowship and allowing one another to be fully human in this reality. And the rest of it, what you think about it philosophically, I say, has nothing to do with it, really. You could say it's oneness, you could say it's fiveness. It really doesn't matter. If you give everyone else, I say, the opportunity to manifest it and the space, that's all you can do. Sudama said this earlier. Our minds cannot comprehend the nothing from which this emerges. We can't. It's not possible. And it's seeing that is the awakening, not conjuring up some pie in the sky and calling that it. Now I understand it. That's not it. The itness, the awakening is when you see the limit. And that's beautiful. You say, wow, the crazy Robert actually has a limit. He's not boundless. He'll come to the end of this rant. See, and that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Robert says about riding on the donkey, looking for the donkey, and then he follows up about once you realize you're on a donkey looking for the donkey, it's time to dismount the donkey. That's just want to add that little part to that. That's it.
Yeah, that's about it, John. I seem to be on the Middle Ages Zen kick. Another quotation from that period is, "Why do you want to put another head on top of the one you already have?"
And I have one also.
Okay, what is it?
When it hurts bad enough, you'll find a way.